people, thank you for watching my video. My name is Roel. I'm a health and nutrition coach and a diabetes practitioner in Hale near Manchester, and I post these videos to help to motivate you to be as healthy as you can be. And I try to post weekly, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Most of the time it does, but I was traveling last week to Morocco with two really good friends, and it was the fourth time we went there, but we still really like it. Maybe this was the last time and we should try somewhere else, but we had a fun time and a bit of sunshine, which is lovely, especially after the winter when our vitamin D levels are low. It feels really good to get some sunshine on your skin, and yeah, we had a good laugh as well. But I was too busy to organise a video to go out when I was away. So that's why there's 2 weeks in between. But I'm back and looking forward to talking about something that's a bit forgotten sometimes, but it's one of the most powerful tools for your health, for your blood glucose management, for your weight, for your longevity. And we'll get into that. What else was I going to say? Webinars. I haven't done a webinar for a little while. I had a little break. I changed platforms as well. I used to use the meetup.com, but I moved to Eventbrite, and I'm just sort of reorganizing myself a little bit. But rest assured, the webinars are coming back. They're free 1-hour webinars about a health related topic, and I am specialized in diabetes prevention and remission, but that is a topic that's relevant for everybody, because even if you're not diabetic or pre-diabetic, you do need to look after your blood glucose levels and make sure that they stay under control, because increased blood glucose levels are very damaging for every aspect of your health. Right, now, if you are no longer a spring chicken and you're getting on a little bit, then you might have noticed that your body's not quite bouncing back like it used to, and maybe your energy levels are dipping, maybe your waistline is creeping up, maybe your blood glucose levels are starting to rise and you've been told this, or you're worried about it. Maybe your blood pressure is up, then this video is especially interesting to you. I want to talk about one of the most powerful and underrated tools for improving your blood glucose levels, boost your energy, help with weight loss, and generally just aging well. And you'll be pleased to hear it's not running a marathon or doing hours of cardio. It is resistance exercise, also called strength training or weight training. And don't run away when you hear these words and think, nah, that's not for me, dumbbells, barbells. Because I will explain not only how and why it works, but I will also give you some tips on how you can do it without stepping one foot in the gym if you don't like going to the gym. So let's get straight into it. When we talk about managing blood glucose, or blood sugar as most people call it, technically it's glucose, we're really talking about how efficiently your body can move glucose out of your blood into your cells, where it's used to make energy. And guess what? Your muscle tissue is the biggest user of glucose in your body. Now, nearly all cells in your body have insulin receptors and can take in glucose. But like I said, your muscle cells are the biggest user of the glucose in your body. And you can think of your muscles like big glucose sponges, and they soak up the glucose from your blood and help to keep those blood glucose levels steady. So that's why making sure that you have plenty of muscle tissue will be so helpful with that blood glucose management. Now, the magic part is that when you use your muscles, pushing, pulling, lifting, carrying, so especially, resistance exercise, you increase your insulin sensitivity. And that means that your body doesn't have to pump out loads of insulin to get the glucose out of your blood into your cells. Now, you might think, why does that matter? Because too much insulin and glucose in your bloodstream over time will cause weight gain, especially around your waist. It will play havoc with your energy levels. It'd be like a roller coaster, and it will increase your risk of type 2 diabetes, which is, a serious condition with serious complications. So resistance training can really help, and it actually will lower your blood glucose straight after a session. So if you do a little bit of strength training, you will find if you would measure your blood glucose levels before and after, it will be much lower after, because these muscles have been using a lot of glucose whilst you were doing that. It will do that with all kinds of exercise, but strength and resistance training is by far the most effective for blood glucose management. That's not to say that you shouldn't do the other ones, like aerobic exercise or stretching and balance. They're also important, but they all have different benefits. And when it comes to blood glucose, exercise where you push, pull, lift, use your muscles, build that muscle tissue is the most effective. And what I see a lot with my clients is when they get older, even if they stay very active, it tends to be more aerobic activities where you're breathing faster, and that's good for your overall health too, and for your blood glucose levels and for your heart. But often they then not that interested in weight training or strength training, or they forget about it, or they just don't realize how important that is. Now, muscle tissue is not just about blood sugar. It's also the amount of muscle tissue you have is also one of the strongest predictors of healthy aging and longevity. So as we age, especially after the age of 40, we naturally start to lose muscle tissue. That's called sarcopenia. That's an aging process. But the good news is we can actually stop that or even reverse that. But if you don't do anything about it, then you can lose up to 8% of your total muscle mass every 10 years. And that speeds up, especially after the age of 60. Less muscle means less strength, of course. It means more fatigue. It means worse balance. And you might think that balance is only a problem for people over 80, but that's not true. We find that from the age of 40, people start to have ill effects, accidents, and problems with balance that can cause issues. So don't think that's just for geriatrics. So you have higher risk of falls, like I said, more aches, more pains. So that muscle tissue is really, really important. So the good news is that you can absolutely build and maintain muscle tissue at any age. So don't think you're too old to do that. You can do that at any age. Never too late to start doing that. And when you do, you will get improved blood glucose control. You get faster metabolism, because a lot of the metabolism in your body happens in these muscle cells. You'll have improved mood. This is good for your mental health, improved sleep, and more confidence in your body. And that's a great feeling. And more muscle even helps you to recover better from illness, injuries, and even surgery. So if you have more muscle tissue, you will recover better. Now, I hope that makes you a little bit enthusiastic to think about how you can do that. Now, you might be thinking, well, hang on, I don't want to go to the gym. That's just not my thing to do that on a regular basis. I've tried that. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. And that's absolutely fine. You don't have to do that. You don't need fancy kit or gear or outfits. You don't even need lots of time. So there is really no excuse. Here are 5 simple ways where you can build or maintain muscle tissue at home without ever stepping into a gym. Number 1, you can do body weight exercises. So you don't need any dumbbells, barbells, or any equipment. You can just do squats or push-ups, or you can do them against the wall if you're not strong enough to do a push-up, on the work surface or on the floor or on the stairs. Start against the wall. You can do lunges through the house, walking lunges, or in one spot. You can do all this stuff even whilst you're working, whilst you're watching telly. Glute bridges, all these kind of exercises, they're called body weight exercises. So if you're not sure, just go on YouTube, put in easy body weight exercises. You can even add your age to it, and you will see loads of examples, and you can then easily see how you can sneak them into your day, in your daily life. If I work from home, I can be on the phone from 9 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening. On those days, I probably don't have time to go to the gym, and you might think, well, that's a shame, you won't be able to do exercise. But in between calls, I do 5 squats. When I put the kettle on, I might do a couple of press-ups on the work surface. On days like that, I can easily do 80 to 100 squats in a day without having changed into workout gear or breaking it into a sweat, and I just sneak it into my daily activities. And there are even exercises that you can do whilst seated. You could do it whilst you're in a Teams or a Zoom meeting. So loads of ways to do that without joining a club or a class or go to the gym. Number 2, resistance bands. Now, admittedly, that is a bit of gear, a bit of kit, but it's very easily, it's very cheap, it's very easily bought online or in shops like Decathlon or what's the other one called, Sports Direct. Any of those shops will sell, I think maybe even Boots will sell them, resistant bands. They're cheap, they're easy to store, and they're really, really effective. And again, you could just go on YouTube and say resistant band exercise session, 10 minutes, 5 minutes for over 60s, for people with ... fill in whatever you might have. So easy to do, great for working your arms, legs, back, core with gentle, controlled resistance. Number 3, you could use household items. Now, bodyweight exercises are effective, but of course, if you want to add a little bit of weight, you can use tins, you can use water bottles, you can use backpacks filled with books. They make excellent makeshift weights that you can use to do exercises that somebody else might do in the gym. So get creative. Door stops, actually, I've got a door stop here. You could use that. So you could easily use that to do some Russian twists or any other weight exercises. And if you want a little bit, if you're really confused and you don't know what to do, feel free to contact me. I'm happy to have a chat with you to give you some ideas. Number 4 is stair climbing or step-ups. Going up and down the stairs is fantastic leg and bum workout, and it is resistance exercise. So you could do that for a few minutes in between your other activities. Number 5, even just hold and squeeze. If you just engage, for example, your glutes, those are the big muscles in your bum. So if you just squeeze your buttocks for a bit, but you're just sitting there, you could do that whilst you're in a meeting at work. Nobody will notice unless you start pulling a funny face when it gets hard. Don't do that. Then that's great for maintaining and even building muscle tissue. You could also just when you're sitting, just raise one foot off the floor and hold it. So these are called isometric exercises. That's when you hold a certain position. Now, if you have certain kinds of health conditions like high blood pressure, heart disease, you may have been told that you should not do isometric contractions. Those are the ones where you hold a position like a plank or go in a squat and hold it. Now, obviously, you should listen to health advice that you get from health professionals, but I would also like to point out that recently studies have been done that actually show that these isometric contractions are good for reducing high blood pressure and improve cardiovascular health. Now, believe what you want, as per usual with the health advice, it's all over the shop, yeah, you just need to do what you think is right, or just follow the advice of a health professional that you trust. Personally, I wouldn't worry, and I would see how you feel. I think that's the best indicator if you can do it. Make sure that you take note of how hard or easy it is for you to do these types of activities. Of course, always listen to your body, and not just to protect yourself from injuries, that make sure you don't do exercises that are too hard for you, but also make sure that you check that it's not becoming too easy for you. Otherwise, you're not going to get the benefits that you want. So you need to make sure that you have progressive overload. So that just means that over time, you gently increase the challenge. You should feel a little bit challenged, especially, by the end of an exercise. So that could mean that you do more reps, or maybe do the exercise a little bit more slowly, hold it a little bit longer, or use a little bit more weight. All these things can improve the results, and also make sure that you keep the results. Otherwise, if it starts to become easy because you're getting stronger, then you're not going to get increased benefits from it. And of course, remember that consistency beats perfection. You don't have to be, doing this all perfectly well, but if you get consistent with it, you're going to get results. 2 short sessions a week, and by short, I mean even like 10 minutes, could be plenty enough to get you starting to see results. So don't feel that you need to do hour-long sessions. Now, if you're just getting started, then I recommend that you do start small. 5 to 10 minutes is great. And maybe pick 2 or 3 movements that you don't mind doing, and do them a couple of times a week, or a couple of times during the day. Say, you're going to do 3 squats. Then you also take away a lot of resistance, because if you have to pump yourself up to do 20 minutes or half an hour session, you may not get around to doing it. But if you just say, I'm just going to do 3 squats, or 2 squats, or even 1 squat, and you do that a couple of times a day, then it all adds up. And then you take away that resistance, and you create that consistency that will give you the results that you want. And of course, what's really important is to congratulate yourself and celebrate your wins. When you do it, pat yourself on the back, do a little victory dance, and make yourself feel good. If you did a few squats today, well done. It's probably more than what most other people do, and you've got to start somewhere. So remember, if you have health issues, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, or any mechanical issues, please do seek advice, and definitely listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right. Stop doing it. There are so many different things that you can do that it's not worth risking an injury. Don't assume that you can do it. Ask for some advice. Make sure that you're safe. Right, so resistance training is one of the best things that you can do to lower your blood glucose levels, protect your health, manage your weight, feel stronger, fitter, and more confident. And remember, you don't need to be a gym buddy to lift weights. You can also use shopping bags. If you go shopping, you can do it whilst doing housework, gardening. All these things count. Just move your body, use these muscles to maintain and build that muscle tissue, and do it regularly. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. That would really make me happy to get some more subscribers. Will help me to support my channel. Maybe leave a comment, ask me a question, and think about what it is that you're going to do this week to become healthier and feel better. Don't make it too difficult. Don't think beyond this week. What is it that you're going to do this week? One little thing that you're going to change, stop doing, or start doing that's going to help you. And write it down. You're going to be more likely to do it if you write it down. and just crack on with it. And next week, review it. What happened? Did you do it? Celebrate. Did you not do it? Don't beat yourself up. Just ask yourself, why did I not do it? What can I do differently next week to make this happen? And sometimes there's nothing you can do and you just have to do something else, and that's okay too. But every week, think of one little thing that you can do. Maybe rate yourself out of 10 for your diet last week, rate yourself out of 10 for your physical activity, your stress management and your sleep. Pick the one with the lowest score and think of one thing that you're going to do. If you need any help with that, let me know. And if you want to share what you're doing, feel free to put it in the comments. We can inspire each other. And thank you for watching my video. If you want to stay up to date with the webinars that I'm doing, or if you like getting weekly tips on books to read, foods to eat, essential oils to use, and generally a little bit of a positive email about health, then I'll leave a link below this video on how you can subscribe to my weekly email. Thank you for watching. I love doing these videos. It is like I am talking to friends, even if I can't see you. And if you have any feedback, feel free to let me know. And remember, your health is pretty much in your hands. You have more control than you think. You've got this. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Love you lots. Bye.